Hi all, it's Wise here. I think I'll just let the birds song outside and Milo's dancing play along this evening for now. I don't know if you can see my little candle there. There you are. But I thought I'd let you all start filing in. And just as I say the bird song, listen to the bird song, I'll stop singing. So I will put some relaxing music on. And I've chosen Native American Healing, Release Melatonin and Toxin, Eliminate Subconscious Negativity, and it's by Chief Vibes. And I'll turn it down a little just so it's playing in the background. Hi, Jennifer. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Milo is just sat on the back of me. Well, stood on the back of me. What are you crying for, Menace? How's your day been so far, Jennifer? I'm just shuffling my Kyle Grey cards, which have got angels and other deities on. I'm going to let him out. If he promises not to bark, promise me you're not going to bark, mister. No, that head down is enough for me. Hey, Roa, you're sitting on, whoa, -1. Well, we're getting up to 13 today. Well, before I get started, before we get started today, we'll start with the prayers we always do. But I know my friends in Australia on the farm that they're living on, they're they're starting to struggle and battle against the elements because it is their flood season there now. Uh, Two friends of mine live in a high-rise block of flats, which were converted old offices, and plight has only just been made known since yesterday that they were living without utilities, essential utilities like the water and electricity. So they had no sanitation for 6 days, and their landlord was still taking um, their rent off them. So the council swooped first thing Monday morning and took everybody out of there with the police and fire and rescue service. So um, we're all in a place of safety right now. But that place of safety is temporary accommodation, and the council can't afford to fund that indefinitely. Okay, everybody is filing in now. I asked Archangel Mary, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Santa and Archangel Chamuel, along with my spirit guides and family guides, to walk close this evening to offer protection and guidance. And I ask the Lord above and His Son, Jesus Christ, to also be close and offer those in natural disaster zones around the world, in America, Australia, and those in war-torn zones, too many to mention right now, to offer them guidance, love, protection, and give them the means to be able to support themselves and others, and the governments in their countries, the financial and physical strength and means to support their people effectively while they are going through this turmoil, both physically and mentally and emotionally. Maybe give them all that they need to get them back up on their feet and help them to rebuild their lives and their communities. Blessed are the angels who walk amongst us each and every day, keeping us as safe from harm as they possibly can. And can we pray for those who are departed this earth plane, and for those who have committed the crimes against them, and may those people depart the earth plane as quickly and as sadly as they have. Amen. Amen. And heaven, nothing in between. Amen. Is it? I think it was because Milo sent me for a spin rower. It took us away from the mic a little bit. I'm going to go Right. Am I back? Yeah, it's because Milo sent me for a big spin. Am I back again? I think it's because I had some music playing in the background, which I no longer have playing. Right, I've no longer got any music playing in the background. Okay, so the prayer is said, the intention is set. I'm now going to pull a couple of these cards that I've got here. I've pulled the mic a little bit closer as well. So you may end up hearing the noise from outside. If my big professional mic doesn't pick us up, the mic from the camera will pick me up. We have Bridget. Bridget is in a fire. She's saying, let your passion. There we are. She's saying, let your passion flow. Let it let it lead your purpose. Bridget is also one of the Irish saints. So that is why you're seeing her in all her Celtic glory. I'm just going to get Monster Man in, because he promised me he wasn't going to bark at the neighbours. Get in, mister. No more barking. It's your time with the ladies. Oh, this one. I've had it ages. I got it off Amazon ages ago. Right, so go back to Bridget. So Bridget is saying, let your inner fire out. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. So this is our Celtic saint, Saint Bridget. As you can see, she's out with all her Celtic glory, her red hair, her beautiful green eyes, and her emerald green clothes and cloak. And she's showing off her harvest jewels. So by the time it comes around to September time, you will see Bridget come right for. This camera's doing me head in. I need to get it so it's focusing and it's in a proper position for next time. I need to switch my tables around again. You better behave yourself, Mr. Man. My best one is the one I've just bought. Sorry if there's any Newcastle supporters watching, but this is my best one. My retro Sunderland shirt. I wait till it came down in the sale. So I never buy anything full price. No sports apparel full price. And then we have Thoth, or Thoth, as some people call him, but I can't quite get my tongue around him. So, he is the master of divine magic and the teacher, and he's saying, let the student become the master. So let the magic begin. Okay. So, for those of you who are here, see with this mic being right above now, I can't see my screen. So, what are your hopes and wishes for the next week, for the week ahead? What are your hopes and wishes? Right. Now, I forgot what this deck is called, but there should be in my bio somewhere. This card is for someone who has been to and froing a lot lately. So if you've been to and froing a lot lately and you feel as if you've been charging off at 100 miles an hour and you didn't know where you were heading, that will come, Roa. Just keep setting just manifest it with your candles and your meditations and it will come. Because the direction is come. If you set that direction in your manifestations, the horse will give you your strength. You can see this is a nice strong white horse. You've got the strong white Celtic hair and it is really Milo shush. And you've got your birds of peace. It looks as if we're heading. Yeah, I've turned everything off. That was in the back and I lost my picture for a little while, so everything's back, Sangeeta. So we're heading in the right direction, literally and figuratively. So this lady here, as you can see, if you're looking for love or looking for to find direction, new direction in your relationship, you'll find it. You'll find it within the strength. You will find you're heading in the right direction. But don't let anybody pull you down. Okay? Don't let anyone pull you down. Oh, these are my lovely fairy cards. Just for the wishes. Just for the wishes. It is Wish Wednesday. So silently set your own intent. Set your wishes off and blow them with a kiss off into the atmosphere. We have inspiration. Have you been lacking a little bit inspiration lately? Be prepared as you'll soon visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. There we are. And there's our words. Isn't she beautiful as she dances? I love the purples, the summer flowers. I think they are ladies' bonnets, granny's bonnets, or Aquilegia. Did I read for you the other night, Rover? I think I did. And then we've got hope. They are Rover. You've got your hope, your fairy of hope. Hope is there, always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. That is your card that you called for this evening. Right. My Earth Alchemy cards. Shush. Yeah, I've got the earth alchemy cards coming out now. Come on, Milo, shush. Be a good boy. Well, the course I went on last night. Shush, shush. He's got a lot to say for himself again, I see. That's enough, Milo. Okay, right. No, it's just Milo. He's been like this for the last couple of days, Roy. But I will talk to you a bit about what happened the other night. Some people might think I'm a bit of a crackpot, but it's the second time it's happened to us recently. And I might need to speak to Father about it when I go back to church at the weekend. Right. We have jade and pink lotus. Lotus is the feminine flower, the flower of femininity, and it's asking us to sink into silence. No chance in this house. And reflect in the tranquility. So there we are. So we have the jade orb and reflect into tranquility. So it's basically asking us what the tarot cards did the other night. Go in on yourself, a bit of introspection. He's now found the treats I pour in his bowl. And we have the rose quartz next and the olive tree. It's the alchemy of love. So spring, summer is the season of love. And it's basically the olive tree is also the offering of love and peace and compassion. And it's a lot of Venus energy. So if Venus is your ruling planet, watch out for some love messages and some tokens of love. I'm just going to clear this energy off here and clear Milo's energy. There we are. Is that better? And I'll put the little fairy down there. Yes, I know there's a spider up on the wall and you don't like it. There are the Earth Alchemy cards. There are my fairy cards. And there are my dream. They're dream cards. You're silly, Milo. Well, eat your biscuit then, instead of playing with it. Eat it. Right. The other night, when I was setting the intention for the meditation, and I had the big candle in my hand, I don't know. I won't know if any of you actually saw anything manifest. He's been on my mind quite a lot, Roy. That gentleman's been on my mind quite a lot. I think he's a bit of a reluctant pope. And time will tell what he'll be like. But allegedly he is a carbon copy of Pope Francis. I put these cards away. I was shocked when it wasn't, when we didn't get Pope Teagle. Because every time I did the cards, it kept coming up when I was doing the cards privately and that. It kept coming up, we were getting Pope Teagle, we were getting our first Asian Pope, and then we got an American Pope, and I'm thinking, hang on, what's happened here? Has Trump had some kind of influence because he wanted some kind of influence? But this Pope does not like Trump at all. So I'm not going to double deck. I'm going to see if I can split this deck up. Oh, that's a triple deck. So, right. Did anybody see any visions from that candle the other night when I was when we were just about to go into meditation? Or was that image just for me? Hi, Sari. If not, I'll speak to Sari about that privately myself, because I will need some guidance on that myself later on. I don't think he's as woke as they think he is. He's going to be he's a bit of an enigma. But I do think he is a bit of a reluctant pope. And that's just my personal opinion, which I'll have to cleanse off the cards before I cleanse away before I do the read. Yeah. Yeah, that's who we're discussing, Sari, the new pope. As I say, I was a bit in shock, and I've asked my priest for an honest answer, and I was met with a wall of silence. So, well, we'll have a look. Right, I'm just going to clear these cards. There we are. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Lord Almighty, please don't shove me off my chair tonight. But I would like to ask if you could help me. I know I was given a vision the other night. One which I wasn't sure whether it was a vision or it was just a candle manifestation. However, could you give me some guidance through these tarot cards, along with my guides and the archangels I've called in to support me this evening, and my viewers? People of spreading rumours, conjecture, and coming up with some all kinds of convoluting ideas about Pope Leo. I believe he's an enigma. Little is known about him. And he's a bit of a reluctant pope. Cards are ready. Hearts torn. 3 of Swords. I'll turn them to face yous, because that's the way the probably are. Right, the first card is the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles, he doesn't give a fig for material security, unlike some of the other candidates, right? So some of the other candidates were all materialistic. He's a bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing. And yes, the butterfly is the door, the monarch butterfly. He's a supreme monarch of the Catholic religion. He's a supreme priest. And he is the strength that the wolf carries. But as I said before, he is an enigma. He has lived frugally his life, his entire adult life. But watch as the sun rises when the cherries blossom next spring. That is when some truths will start coming out. I believe the land of the rising sun will start to come forth then. Okay. I would normally say be still my beating heart, but he's been stabbed. He was torn over taking the role. This is where I see this card. Hi, Great Dane. The 3 of Swords. I see this as he was heartbroken over his friend, his ally, his teacher, his pope, his passing, in the way he passed. He knows the secrets of how he passed. It was traumatic. However, he said the separation, for all it's got, you can see in his eyes, he is still heartbroken, and he'll be heartbroken for a long time to come. But he knows he's got an uphill battle and a job to do. And he feels as if there's some separation. He's got to separate the church from something. And it'll be a beneficial severance. And that's when we had the Queen of Wands crossing over. And the Queen of Wands, he has many ideas, and he's already very busy trying to make changes. There is some pushback already from what was the conclave, the cardinals. And the cardinals are pushing back, but he'll get his way. He's going to reform, finish what Francis started. Milo says so as well. He's got a very strong affinity with the poor, just like Francis had. He'll be probably keeping an eye on what's going on in my area right now, because he'll be speaking to his Catholic priests here. So, well, hopefully he is anyway, because a lot of people are homeless at the moment. Right, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So the Ten of Swords, when I was saying he's got an uphill battle, if this was upright, he would be finally ending something. But this uphill battle is going to be a very, very long battle ahead. He's going to be in charge for some time to come. And he sees the papalship as being a gilded cage. And at the moment he's upside down. And he's thinking, it's going to take me a long time to turn this ship back upright, because there's a lot of corruption here. And I've seen the tip of the iceberg, but I can't get there to turn it upright, to get onto the tip of the iceberg. But I'll keep under the crescent, and I'll keep chipping away at it. He's got his team. He's got his right team there. We now have the Ten of Pentacles, which is in reverse. And we have the Lotus Flower. He's seeing the birth rates drop around the world. And it's not just down to the lack of fertility. It's people putting off having children for careers. And he's saying this needs to be reversed. There we are. He says this needs to be reversed. People now need to stop putting their careers first. They need to start having babies sooner. Make hay while the sun lasts. Because the money won't last. There is going to be a financial crash. And unfortunately, it's going to be bigger than what we first thought. His family have Irish American lineage as well as Irish Italian. So he's he will break protocol a little bit more. He will wave the olive branch, as it were, but not of those who have covered too much up. But he knows the money's going to fall away from the church eventually. But he's seen, along with his work with Pope Francis, he's seen the financial crash coming. And they did, both of them together, listened to what tarot readers were saying, because they said it's what the ancient popes did. They listened as well. Because we're all as old as the hills. We're all old souls. The death card doesn't mean death, as we all know. It means the end of one phase and the beginning of a new. And this is in the upright, so this is positive changes. I say this is positive changes, especially for the Catholic Church and the church as a whole, because things are going to transform, and the major change is going to come, and it's going to hit the Catholics right between the eyes when they least expect it. And things are going to start leaking. slowly leaking, feather by feather. And if you go back to thinking from when the white smoke was issued to say that we have a pope, we have a new pope, the three gulls, mum, dad and baby, that were on top of the Vatican at that time, there are three feathers here. The Holy Trinity is at work here, making those changes, guiding them. He's definitely got St. Peter working with him. When I pulled this card, it was like my moment. He's going to go through some temptations. I'll be back in a second. I'll just get the monster in. Okay. So, sorry about that. So, he's going to have some temptations. The temptations are not of the flesh. It's the temptations to... They're going to tempt him not to disclose information. But when the robin is near, your loved ones are close by. They'll say to him, maybe say to him, we've got some dirt on you, but if you share this information, we'll share our information on you. But he is stronger than what they think. He will snap that chain and throw caution to the wind and let the information out to renew and revive the church. So there will be some major changes coming. He will blindside everybody. We have the Four of Swords. And as I was saying, he will blind, with the death card there, he will blindside everybody. People will be left looking in. He will issue what actually went on behind the scenes. He's saying, this card's saying, all is not what it seems. Some deaths in the Vatican were hastened to speed things along. Some were hastened and sped along. He says, if you meditate on it long enough and retreat into yourself, you will find the truth. And this is how he finds the truth. He meditates, he retreats. And he's going to have that time where he goes off into the innermost reaches of the Vatican or into the papal holiday home, where he will be able to revive himself, get rid of all of this anxious energy that he's got at the moment. He's got, because he has got a lot of anxiety around him. He's feeling anxious, he's feeling overwhelmed, and he just needs time for himself. And he just needs that little time away from the cardinals, because there is some cardinals just sitting there, chipping away in his ear. And there's a couple of them who he needs to get rid of. There's a couple of cardinals that he needs to get rid of. And once he gets them out of the Vatican and puts them into some missionary positions, the Vatican will run smoothly again. We have our 5 little fishes here with the Knight of Cups. 1 chalice. We have our wings of freedom. Our roses, so there's a bit of a celebration going on here. And we have our crow. It is the crow tarot deck. So we have our horse of strength, and it's running along the beach. So this Knight of Cups, he is a very charming man, and he has a proposal to make. And he's very emotionally available. Where the Pope, he can't really be emotionally available. So to me, this is his assistant. Milo, please. The Pope's assistant is making sure that the Pope's got everything he needs. He's got his food for sustenance. He's got his fluids to make sure he doesn't dehydrate, and he's his strength behind him. And he's making sure he's got the correct medical attention that he needs. And he's also saying, look, you need to get out, not just to be out amongst your people. You need to be out in the fresh air to recuperate yourself. And you need, again, going back to the recuperation, going back to your meditation. It's not just part of that. Let me take the strain. This is someone he can really trust and rely upon. Hi, Sonny. And then we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. This is good news because it is in reverse. If it was in the upright, it would be meaning that that person was dishonourable. His close-eared. But this close-eared is very honourable, very trustworthy, and he's chosen that eared very, very wisely. You were full of ants in your pants today, mister. I'm just gonna, yeah, we've got the Page of Swords as well. So the Page of Swords, and that is the final card for the Pope. The Milo, I'm losing my concentration with you, boy. There. The candle's out now. So calm it. The 5 of Wands is basically he is no competition for him. He is just there as an aid, a confidant, and someone who's going to help. And he won't. He doesn't like the diversity in the church with different people, but he will be there as a close aid and confidant for the Pope. The Page of Swords. He is going to bring him some The Page of Swords is a quick thinker, bringer of good news. So he's going to bring some good news. So this will be the press secretary. The press secretary will bring some good news out of the church and will bring it very quickly. He's a quick thinker, and he can also outthink the Knight of Cups when he needs to. The Knight of Cups, yeah, he's omnipresent in the Pope's life. But the Page of Swords, if he thinks that the Knight is doing wrong and he's given the wrong information out, that page will not publish it. He will go back to the Swiss Guard and to the Pope and say, look, I am not giving this information out. The Knight of Cups is being really arrogant and irresponsible here. Thanks, Milo. I really needed your biscuit. The crow with the crown is the Pope. He is the royalty of the church. He's just like our royal family, basically. He's the all seeing, all knowing, all doing, he's got the ownership of the church, just like the king has the royal. He has all say of the royal household. He has that of the church worldwide. He just has it of the British royal family. This is worldwide of the Catholic Church and the High Anglican Church. So, and all its bishops, as we get drummed into us at church. I'm going to leave that there. He is going to have a long, and I can see 10, 15 year reign, which is a long reign. But he'd already started the work that he's continuing with Pope Francis. But Prince is a prince involved in this. He'll be at a prince's funeral very soon. Be at a prince's funeral soon. I did have a figurine like that till Milo knocked it over off the windowsill and broke it. So there's only plants up there now. No, it's a good thing. In the tarot cards, when you're reading the tarot about a specific person, this then takes on that person's persona. So it hasn't got a purple hat, that then becomes the Pope's hat, the Pope's crown. So but I did see him doing the work beforehand. But the other night when I was meditating, both before I came online and as I was taking you through the guided meditation with me long candle with the sparkles around it. Sorry, I've got to explain things with my hands. I need to sit on my hands. I should do anyway. I saw a figure walk out with the candle, then it went back, and then I saw the face. No, I wanted to do one when he first was announced, but I didn't. I normally do them in private first, Roy, as you know. And I didn't. But it was a wishes, and that was your wish. But I saw a bearded man. He had a thin face and a nice, well trimmed beard, a goatee beard, well trimmed, and piercing blue eyes. His nose was well defined, his cheekbones were well defined, and he had hair, brown wavy hair to his shoulders. And that's what I saw come out of the candle flame. And I don't know if anyone else saw it, But that is exactly what I saw come out of the candle flame the other night. And the last time I had a vision like that, it was just before I had to stop. There we are. Just before I had to stop my YouTube channel for a while because I took poorly, and because someone in this year it's something on us that I had to work hard on removing, which is why I had to go to church, into physical church, for some healing from a priest. I don't know, that's why I need to speak to Seri personally. But it left me with a great sense of peace. Left me feeling really peaceful. And if I said who I think it is, I think some people might think I'm a complete nut crackpot. And if I tell me Vicar, he'd probably just say it's time for you to join the convent. So, right, what happened was two people who I thought were friends clearly weren't. One, I'd let that into my channel and I regret dearly now. Come on. This is why Milo doesn't like us talking about it. And yeah, I do know who it was. And well, I think I know who it was. And that person left me with some residual energies that I had to work hard on getting rid of. And those residual energies made me very, very poorly. And if a medium asks you, and I know, as experienced as I am, I should not have allowed this person to do this. But if a medium or anybody asks you if they can step into your energy, please don't let them. Because you were letting them open you up to all sorts of negative energies. And I was stupid. I went against every one of my own. I thought I'd had enough protection up, and I obviously didn't. And I am now over that. And some who were here, know exactly how poorly I have been as a result of that. And it didn't affect my mental health. It was my physical health. And for someone who's never been on antibiotics for over 20 years, I've had 2 strong doses of antibiotics this year within rapid succession. And I was very, very drained. I now have diverticulitis, and I had a serious chest infection. So now I can feel the protection. It's just like wearing a nice fur coat, even in the summer. And I definitely know who that person was I saw, because I am super drawn to this person when I am in church. I used to be drawn to his mother, but now it's him. And my poor priest thinks I'm staring at him, but I'm not. My poor priest goes bright beetroot red. He thinks I'm staring at him. But it's given me the confidence as well in church to do readings and things like that. So, and Milo's just lonely. He just wants a new friend. He's been asking his grand for a new friend, to get him a new friend, and she keeps saying no. She's not in our family anymore, and neither is the other fella. And the other community I go into, they are not in that community now either, because they caused enough trouble in there to cause World War IV. Never mind World War III. We could have skipped World War III and hit World War IV. So I think they would have frightened Putin into submitting. Yeah. So that was why I've had to go away and work on myself, as well as supporting those who needed me. You needed your healing guides for yourself. That is why I went and worked on myself and went and worked with the vicar and asked him for some healing, because he is an amazing healer himself. So I took what I needed from the vicar. But he's gone through a lot as well. He had 2 poorly dogs when he came here, and out of his 3, the mother and the younger son. And now he's got no dogs, because he knows of me gifts, because he felt the energy, and he asked us what the heat was on my head, because he's never felt it. He doesn't feel it off anyone else. And I explained to him what the energy is, and he told the bishop, and the bishop went, I told you I saw something around her, something light. And he says, and I told you it was healing. I says, yes, I practice Reiki, and I do it with dogs. And he says, I says, so if you ever need your dogs to have any healing, or if they need, I says, and he says to us, well, my 3rd dog is needing to cross over. I says, do you want it to cross over with medication, or do you want it to cross over naturally? He says, I'd prefer it naturally, but because his back legs are gone, they want to do it. I says, work on it with your healing. He says, what do you mean? I went, work on it with your healing ministries. Don't lose your own faith. Work on it with your own healing ministries. And he says, I've never thought of using that on the dogs, but I'll give it a go. He got a few extra days with him, but it was a few extra days where the dog was wandering around, and I was able to talk the dog through the fence. And I says, the dog wants to go. The dog wants to go. And he says, I know. He says, I know. And he let him go. But I says, he's waiting for your permission. You must give them permission to go. Like when you go to give someone the last rites, you were effectively giving them permission to go as a priest. He went, yeah, you're right. He says, I'm giving them the last rites. Like on VA Day, he went to the hospital to give one of our parishioners the last rites, and 20 minutes after he got home, he got a phone call saying, oh, she's all right, she's pulled around now. So they gave her the permission to go. And she rallied, and she's now out of intensive care. So it proves the power of prayer actually does work. So hopefully, if we can get the prayers working now and heal the lands, we might be able to start reversing some of these effects that's happening around the world with the wacky weather we're having. Because as I said the other day, we haven't had any significant rain here since beginning of April. Yes, it might be a bit chilly some days, and we do get some sun, but it's not. We are having risks of wildfires and things like that, or fires set by wild children. But that's neither here nor there. There was something else I was going to speak to. His divorce will clear soon. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. There's an international church movement which is slowly replacing Sunday schools. It's called Messy Church. That was the training I was on last night. Tyrone is complaining with his stomach at the moment, but I think that's because his sleep pattern's out of sync right now. And if his sleep pattern wasn't out of sync, his stomach will settle. And if he took a ginger and turmeric shot like I do, even if I've got to mix it with a bit of lemonade to take it, his stomach would be better, much better. And it's not, because he won't take it. I've offered to make him an appointment with the doctors, but he won't go. He's a man at the end of the day. But he perked up when I came in with a new Sunderland shirt for him today. So, because Sunderland are in the playoff finals at Wembley on Saturday, and I've been banished to church bingo because I'm unlucky if I'm sitting watching it at home. So I am not allowed to watch it. I've got to go to church bingo and play a housey house on Saturday afternoon, which doesn't really bother me. I like me football, but I'll be sitting there willing them on in me shirt, because I've got myself a shirt as well. But I got myself the retro home shirt, the retro away shirt, because I prefer the old badge, not the badge that they've got. Because I'm a bit retro. There's something else I was going to say to you as well. And it's completely gone. Completely gone. I'm going to let you go anyway, because I've had you long enough. and I'm going to slowly build up the time scale. But I have had a busy day today because I've been out shopping with my mum and I've been to the doctors with my mum today for a blood pressure check, which I'm over the moon to see our blood pressure's down within normal range. No more biscuits, you've had enough. Our blood pressure's back within normal range, so it is lovely now. I will do, sorry. So it is nearly 8 o'clock at night here, so I am going to go out and relax. And I will speak to you all very soon. And take care. Love you all lots. Milo's telling you all he loves you. Yes, the ladies have had enough of you. They're sick of hearing your voice. Yeah, and there's the footballers telling you to shut up as well. Right, good night and God bless everyone.